Hello, everyone. Come on in. Y'all know what I'm doing. I am getting set up on Instagram as well. We live stream from both Instagram as well as YouTube. So, y'all come in. We are going to go ahead and get started right away. I think this is a fun topic to me because I get this more than I realize, but we are going to offer some tips. We are going to offer we're going to offer some tips, and we are also going to offer some things that you can do. I wanted to get set up a little bit better um, to decide what you can grow. So, thank you all for joining me again. It's been a super nice week. As a matter of fact, I have checked the weather, and can y'all believe on January 1st, the temperatures will be 81 degrees. That's why our plants get so confused here because they don't know if it's fall, they don't know if it's winter, they don't know if spring is coming. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have some more cold weather. Normally, our cold weather starts about February. Like it really gets cold and it stays cold consistently. But even last year, like around Christmas, we had temperatures in the 70s. And then, yeah, so January 1st, New Year's Day, is going to be 81 degrees here. And it's time for me to try to take advantage of some of this nice weather. I'm a little bit behind doing garden cleanup because spring is really when we do our big push for getting everything started. But for all of you who are new and just joining me, thank you so much for joining. My name is Ayana, and we just want to teach beginner gardeners, or if you're thinking about gardening, we want to teach you how to grow and just grow successfully and just have fun doing it while you're growing. It's so many benefits to gardening. I won't go over any of them because the live will be so long, but there are so many benefits to gardening. And so that's what we want you to do. And so if you look at our topic today, we said I get a lot of people that said, I don't know what to plant. And so I want to kind of offer some tips that will get you on the right track to knowing where to start when to plant. So this is the advice that I can offer you when it comes to just not even knowing what to plant. Because think about it, a lot of times you look, I know I'm a big person who looks online for different ideas, and sometimes you want to do so much that you just kind of overwhelm yourself, and then you just stop. And so it's like, I'm not sure what to plant. So if you're ready to start gardening, you're ready to start planting, this is what I want you to think about. First, think about this. Do I want to grow flowers? Do I want to grow vegetables? Do I want to grow herbs? Do I want to grow fruits? So the first step is I want you to think about what you want to plant. Like just kind of categorize it that way: flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruits. So think about that. So once you've decided, and we'll use vegetables for an example. So just say, for instance, you decided, okay, I want to start with a vegetable this year. So let me see which one. Which one do you like to eat if it's a vegetable? What does your family like to eat? Is there a favorite vegetable? So think about if you're going to grow a vegetable, and you do the same thing for herbs. If you want to grow herbs, think about what herbs do I cook with the most, or what herbs do I use the most. A lot of people start off with mint. Mint is very easy to grow, and then a lot of people use mint to make like mint tea. So you have to think about it like that. Even with flowers, zinnias are so easy, they're so colorful, they add cheer to the garden. So I would say I want to plant zinnias. So whether you want to plant flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruits, or a combination of them all, what I want you to do is think about what you and your family likes the best out of those categories. If you love tomatoes during the summer, then think about, okay, let me go ahead, let me grow some tomatoes. And if you didn't catch the lives on Monday and Tuesday, we're leaving those up because Monday we discuss some ideas when you're tight on a budget, how you can go ahead and get started. And then yesterday we went over some ways, if you don't have a lot of space, we went over different ways that you can still garden in a small space, because a lot of us think that you have to have this enormous space to grow, and you do not. You can garden in a container gardening. I've done it for years. But now you say, I don't know what to grow. So now you have to think about what is something that you enjoy, what is something that you like to eat, what is something that you like to, if it's a flower, what's your favorite flower? So you have to think about all of those things when you're trying to decide what you want to grow. So that'll be your starting point right there. What is it that I like, or what do I and my family like to grow? So once you do that, then you have to make a choice. Do I want to start from seeds, or do I want to go to the garden center or your local garden center and just kind of look around? But before you go and start looking around, I want you to have decided and made a decision what it is that you want to grow, because I will be the first to tell you that when you go to the garden center, or even if you go online and purchase seeds, you are going to want to grow so much. Like sometimes you can get overwhelmed with trying to figure out what it is you want to grow. So before you even go online, before you even go to your online garden center, I want you to already know what it is that you want to grow, because that's going to help you, so that when you go ahead and you start growing and looking, and you're going to the garden center, this way you can have like a tunnel vision, because before you left the house, you have said, I am growing a vegetable, I am growing a tomato, that's all I need to look at. It's okay to browse and do everything like that, but just make sure you have something in mind. So I want to thank you all for joining. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, I am living Emerald James Patrice. Hello, Patrice. We are just discussing some ways that we have. I've heard a lot of people say they're not sure what to grow. So we wanted to go ahead and just offer some tips, offer some ideas, so that when you are ready to grow, you have what you want in mind. So also, we're streaming from YouTube as well as Instagram. So I want to welcome you all that has just joined. So a couple of things that we just went over is just have a plan in mind. And that's the purpose of garden planning as well. A lot of people don't think it's important, but it's really important to start garden planning. And believe it or not, y'all, the time is now. Like that's when a lot of people, for us, we can still grow, but things are growing slowly. Like I'm not out here every day, 2-3 times a day, like during the spring and summer, just trying to keep everything intact, making sure I weed, making sure I feed, we're planting. We're busy during the spring, really, but I use this time now to go ahead and start planning what I want to do. That includes what I want to grow. And so a lot of people, we go to the grocery stores, or we go to the garden centers. We just go different places and we start getting overwhelmed. And a lot of times you can pick up a lot of things you want to grow with good intentions. And then when you get back here, you kind of feel, just like a little bit overwhelmed. So that's why it's important to plan. And that's what I do. I sit down with a cup of tea, or sit down with something warm, and just write down some things. Get your family involved. Ask them if they could, especially if you want to grow fruits and vegetables, just ask them, what is something that you like? Let's try growing it. That could be things like cucumbers. If you want to put cucumbers on your salad, if you want to take, we love pickles. So if you want to grow cucumbers to make pickles, just have all of those different thoughts in your mind, so that way you don't get overwhelmed when you go to look on the internet. That way you don't get overwhelmed when you go to the garden center, because I'm telling y'all, Depending on the zone that you're in about a couple of months, y'all are going to go to the garden centers and you're going to see all of these beautiful flowers, and they're going to be in the best prime ever with beautiful blooms on there. And you are going to want to pick them all up. And I'm telling y'all this because I know it. I pick them all up and then I come home and I ask myself, where are you going to plant all of these? Why did you do that? And I have to start finding a place. But if you garden plan before you even go, then you already have a plan of what you're going to do and you don't need to overwhelm yourself. And I'm telling y'all this because everything I'm saying, I have done it, I have experienced it. Some things I'm still doing that I know I shouldn't do and I know I need to stop, and that is starting seeds. So let's talk about that. After you have went ahead and decided what you want to grow. Now, I will always tell y'all this, and some of you may agree or disagree. If you do, put it in the comments. I like to start things from seeds because you just have so much more variety of what you can grow, because your local garden centers, your local big box stores, they're pretty much going to put the same thing out every year that they, order beforehand. So you're always going to see your basic tomatoes that they grow in your particular area, your basic herbs. But I love starting seeds because like the possibilities are endless. Nowhere am I going to find purple mustards, that to grow, and they add so much beauty to the garden. And it's just so many things that you're not going to find. So I prefer starting from seeds. And y'all know I brought my props with me. Like, we've already started seeds because mid-January, and I always have to give myself some grace because I am a procrastinator, but mid-January is really when I get amped up with starting seeds. Like, the grow room is packed, but that goes back to me planning when do I start my seeds, because the whole grow room, everything is just full. And my grow room is basically my middle daughter's room, so we're turning that into a grow room. But I just want to show y'all that the possibilities are endless. So I like geranium flowers, and I like the fact that, okay, so Jen Baker on YouTube says she likes starting from seeds too. Yes, you get more variety. And then an advantage of starting seeds as well is you get a jump start on the growing season. So instead of planting the seeds when they say, if you go ahead and start them inside when it's warm enough for your zone. And we'll talk about this because if y'all stay with me to the end, because I have something that is going to break all of this down, and the link is going to be in my bio. But I like geranium flowers. They add so much beauty. But my local garden center only sells pink. I've seen pink and I've seen red. Well, I have went online and I have ordered some geranium seeds, and the flowers are going to go from white to rose. It's very pretty, but see, already we've started our geranium seeds, and we've started them inside. I'm showing YouTube as well. We've started them inside, and so now I can have the colors that I want to, not what the garden center or the big box stores offer. But when you start your own seeds, you have the choice of what you want to grow, if you can grow that in your particular growing zone. So that's just my preference. Now, if you don't feel as comfortable and you want to get the starts from the big box stores, I encourage you to do that, because what we want you to do is we just want you to grow. So if you want to start off that way, then you can. And then as you continue to go on your garden journey, then you can start looking online, and even at the big box stores, they have some of the seed displays out for us already. But they're just, basically you have a choice of what you want to grow. You have more choices. You don't have to get what's available. You can grow them yourself. But we're going to go all the way back to the beginning. Have a garden plan. Have a plan in mind of what you want to grow, because I've talked to people who get overwhelmed because they have the vision in their mind, but they didn't garden plan, so they get overwhelmed with everything and then they just stop. And so that's not what we are teaching here. We don't want you to stop. So if you have to take it slow, start off with one. Decide, do I like flowers, vegetables, herbs, or fruits? Love, a lot of people love seeing sunflowers in their garden. Start off with sunflowers. Just start off with something that you know. Once you have that down, did you say that's me? Yes. I have a lot of people that I talk to and they're ready. You see the beautiful plants out at the garden center, and then you come home with all the beauty that you've seen and you get overwhelmed. And so you just kind of just leave them there. And so that's not what we want to do. So just start with one thing. Once you get that growing, then you can go on to something else, because most of everything that I do plan. I don't plan as much as I should, but I do have a plan that's written on paper. I'm always writing stuff down, and then just have a plan of what you want to grow, have a plan of where you want to put it, because certain plants have certain requirements. Have a plan where you want to put it, and then just grow it. So I'm not going to keep y'all on here long because I'm going to tell you about the link in our bio, and I'm super excited for this, y'all. I wanted to do this, and I did it while I was starting my seeds. So again, seeds are my preference, but that does not mean that you cannot grow. If you need to go get a start or a plant that's already established, you can definitely do that. Go ahead and start off with that. But what I want you to do is, after we're off the live and YouTube, I'm going to put it in the description once everything has uploaded, is we have a seed starting masterclass. And this, I'm super excited about this because not only does it give you the opportunity to have more choices, but again, you're getting a jump start on the growing season. So as opposed to you, our garden season really kicks off. It kicks off in March. Normally around Good Friday, that's when we go ahead and do all our planting. And so a lot of people have picked up the seeds at the store and they sprinkle the seeds out. But we like to start seeds inside. So just like the plants that you see inside of the garden center, if you start your seeds inside, you'll have the same results. Because what I'll do is I'll keep y'all posted. But this one little geranium plant, by the time it comes, I'm going to show you how big that it has. And we started this probably about a week ago. We started it from seeds. And so, but by the time we get ready to put it out, then it will be big enough to put out. We'll harden it off. But this is why I like starting my own seeds, because I don't know about y'all. Y'all put it in the comments. But I have something that's called gardening instant gratification. And basically, when you go to the garden center, you see the beautiful blooms on there. They're already big. And so you want it then, you want it now. And so you tend to pick it up. But during these months like this, if you went ahead and started your seeds, then you can also have the same thing. You just have to plan and start early. And that's what this masterclass is about, because the first thing I got to tell y'all is you got to know your growing zone. You got to know that. You got to know how to read the seed packages, and all of that is in this masterclass. Reading the seed package, and it's not based on me. It's based on your zip code. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, I'm starting my seeds. And so other people be like, yeah, girl, I'm starting my seeds this weekend too. But different seeds, different requirements. Some don't require that you start them so early. But this masterclass is going to break down how you can put your zip code in, get your growing zone, get your dates that you need, your first fall frost, your last spring frost, and then we read some seed packages on there just so you can grasp the information and know on the calendar, because it comes with a free downloadable calendar. You'll know on the calendar, and in the video it shows that, like, my last spring frost is March 10th. So March 10th, I know that I need to look at the weather, and then I can start putting all of my vegetables, herbs, flowers, whatever I've planted inside, I can start putting that outside. So that's what I mean about garden planning. But this shows you that. And then this masterclass also shows you everything that we use, everything from the seed start and mix, how we determine how many seeds we have to plant, and what we do. So it's going to give you all of that information because I want you to open your world up to new possibilities and not just have to settle for what you see in your local area. You can start, but it's going to take some planning. And so that's why I named the live today is I don't know what to start. So after we get off the live, I want you to click on the link in the bio and look at the Seed Starting Masterclass. Hello from Dallas from 37 on. Look at the Seed Starting Masterclass because now is the time to start planning. So I also want you to think about what it is that you and your family likes, whether you like vegetables, whether you prefer to grow herbs to put in your cooking, or whether you prefer herbs to make tea with. Think about if you love to pick flowers. You know, you can save yourself a lot of money growing your own flowers versus going to the grocery store picking up the bouquets. Because I don't know about y'all area, but they have like 3 flowers in a mason jar that run, okay, it's a little bit more than 3. It might be like 5, and just a little cute little pretty, but that's like $10. So just imagine if you grow just a bed of zinnias. You can go out there in the morning and pick till you can't pick anymore, and all of that is free. So I want you to think about what it is you want to grow, and then that way you will have a jump start on the season. And like I said, yes, Phoenix, they are expensive. And me personally, I love going to get fresh flowers and put them like in the bathroom. I like to put them in my bedroom. I like to put them on my table or somewhere in the kitchen. And I'm telling y'all, every year I make it a point to grow flowers because I don't want to continue to pay 10, 15, sometimes $21 because y'all know roses get high. They can be a little bit higher, but I love coming out here after the dew has dried, and I just go and pick whatever's in bloom, put it in some water, and they not only do a lot of them smell good, but to me, they last longer. And those, I can just keep myself going with some fresh picked flowers all season long. Making my plans right now, actually making notes of what seeds I have and when to plant when. Yes, exactly. You have to, a lot of people think that you start gardening like when the season kicks off, but you have to start planning before that. And so that way you'll be ready. You'll have a plan of what you're going to do. You'll have a plan of what you are going to plant. Exactly, Feathered Sunset. I'm telling you, I didn't plan for the longest, and every season I would become overwhelmed and I would be tired. So I said, okay, we got to change something here because gardening is supposed to be therapy for me, y'all. And it is. It's therapy once you plan, and then once you get a routine, you will. I'm telling y'all, my family says right now, because I'm not one that always has my phone with me all the time, my family will say, I bet she out there in that garden. And that's exactly where I am because it's like therapeutic for me. And then not only that, but it's amazing. And I want everybody, if you can, try to grow from seeds because if you don't do anything but get a pack of seeds, and remember we talked about some money saving ideas. They have seeds that are at the Dollar Tree for like $4, and those seeds plant just fine and they germinate just fine. Definitely. Actually notice that there are some seeds I need to start here real soon. Yes. Never saw garden as a planned activity. Yes, it's good to plan. King Tax Services 18. It's so good to plan, and I do that now because you won't get overwhelmed when it's ready, like when the garden season really starts. I don't know how to figure this out, but we ought to do a mail seed exchange. Yes, seed swaps are good as well. But I'm telling you, just start with some seeds, because I love to see the process of how one tiny seed, y'all, one tiny little seed that is so small, like what it turns into. It still amazes me. I am like a 5-year-old child when I start something from seed. And y'all see the pictures that I put up on Instagram. Most of the things I do start from seed, but it's just so amazing to see the process from when they first sprout to as they grow. It amazes me just to see this. Like, this started off as one tiny seed, and now you can start seeing that they're getting their that you can tell this is a geranium plant, because these are geranium leaves. So it just amazes me. And I'm telling y'all, by March, it's going to be so pretty. And I can look at blooms that go from white to rose, like out in the garden. And I've already planned where I'm going to put these at. That's another thing with garden planning. I'm putting these in the front. So always have a plan where you're going to put them. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I still have some plants that are ready to be ready to be put in the ground, but I'm going to take this week to go ahead and do it. Yes, I love to see the process of just starting seeds. It's amazing, y'all. I don't even want to get into it because I'm like, one small seed can grow to this and have that much. I don't know, but yeah, I won't start with y'all. So again, click the link in my bio for the Seed Starting Masterclass. This is going to tell you for your zone. So once you get done with this class, you don't have to think, when am I supposed to start? Just because somebody else said they were going to start, you're like, yeah, I'm going to start too. You're going to know for your particular growing zone. And then you're also going to learn how to read different seed packages to know when to start, because it's three important things in that class that you have to know, so that way you'll know when to get started. And for a lot of us who live in the hotter zones, like we're in zone 8B, probably 9A. As a matter of fact, one of our YouTuber gardener friends, he's already starting his peppers inside, because now is the time to start. But you have to know how to decipher that information based on those three important things to read, and you will know. So we are going to take a break for tomorrow, because I know everyone is ready to usher the 2020 out and usher in the 2021. But we're starting back strong for the new year, and we're still going to continue to talk, because I'm going to get on here and talk, and I'm going to keep talking to y'all until y'all just start showing me pictures of your plants in your garden and sending me pictures and stuff like that. I have a vine house plant that I've been pinching off and rooting. Yes. And those are some of the easiest to grow, King Tax Service. I love how you can, like you said, pinch them off and root them, make new plants. That's what we did with some of our geraniums that we had last season. And we'll talk more about that. Like, I want to eventually show y'all how we propagate different plants. That's another way to save money. I love propagating plants. I love taking cuttings. We're going to have some beautiful coleus this year, because before it got cold, we took some cuttings and they're inside as well. So I want to share with you all of that on how to do it. But we'll start back the new year. We'll take a little break. And then we're going to start back just going over all of this stuff until we're all just showing and sharing pictures with each other of what we're growing. Putting my greenhouse together today, but need to see what I can put in there. Let me tell y'all, I want a greenhouse so bad. But what I'm going to tell you is that is going to be I'm going to have to figure it out with my husband. Like, how can I convince him that a greenhouse is beneficial? Because I convinced him that we need more storage. And so we got a storage unit. And now I just need to convince him that this is what I need. Like this, if I have a greenhouse, this means that I can garden all year long. Like, I pretty much garden 10 months out of the year. But if I have this greenhouse, that's going to be like, you know how you're getting, no, I just need a greenhouse. I don't care what size it is. I feel like I just need one because the plant room is overflowing right now, and I have just a little bit of space left, but I'm going to have to make it happen so that I can get all of those seeds started because we are really about to push some peppers out. Definitely peppers and tomatoes. Those are one of my favorites. Cucumbers, and I love nasturtiums as well. So if y'all like the information that we shared today and you want me to continue to bring more, put a green heart in the comments below because I told y'all I got a whole notebook of stuff that I need to get on here and talk about to y'all so that we can all start growing together. So if you enjoyed this information, definitely let me know. And then also, if it's something that you want to know about, if it's something that you want to get, you want me to talk about on here, DM me, email me, Anna at southernentertaining.com. Email me and we can get on here and we can discuss it. If you have a question and you just want to email me or DM me, I will be more than happy to discuss it. Just send me a DM, send me an email. If it's something that you want to know about, if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for because I just want the world to see that everybody has a garden and it's just going to be so pretty. That's all of this is in my head, but I feel like I can make it happen though. I do. I feel like I can make it happen because gardening has so many benefits. So again, for my YouTube friends, I am going to put that link as soon as the YouTube video has uploaded. I'm going to put the link for the masterclass in the description. For all of my YouTube, all of my Instagram friends, I am going to click on the link in my bio, tomato plants, King Tax Services. Are you starting tomato plants? Is that what you're doing? That would be so exciting. But just make sure you put, I'll put those links up, but on Instagram, just go to the link in my bio and click on the Seed Starting Masterclass because we are going to start growing together. That's what we're going to do. I was waiting just a few more seconds. I got a question. It said tomato plants, question mark. So I wanted to see. Oh, you're starting tomato plants. Yes. I just have to figure out what varieties I want to start because I got so many I want to plant. See what I told y'all about garden planting? I am planning, but I'm not perfect. I'll tell you that now. I'm not perfect, but I do try to plan. But I know it's at least 3. What would be your ideal greenhouse from 3709? Just something like right now, because I'm still expanding my garden and I feel like I could put it over there. Just something small, not too big. I think I'm not good with measurements, but I think maybe like a 12 by 12 or something, just so I can put some more trays in there and then also some pots. And we're going to talk about that next year. I love saying that. We're going to talk about that next year because I want to let y'all know that when you start seeds inside, here's another thing you have to think about is when you pot up. Like I can't leave this geranium plant. I can't leave it in this pot until March. So when you start seeds inside, you also have to think about your next move. Like when it outgrows this, and you'll know when it's time, then you have to put it in something bigger until it's ready to be hardened off and grow outside. So I definitely want to talk about that because I want y'all to start seeds, but I also want you to understand that you have to have a plan for starting seeds because they cannot stay in this until March. That will have the roots wrapping around themselves and killing the plants. They'll just start wrapping around because they don't have anywhere to go down. And so that is how they will, what a lot of people use the term, choke themselves out and die. So I just want y'all to think about that. I do want you to start seeds, but I want you to have a plan of when they get bigger, because they will, that you have to pot them up. So you have to make sure you have enough room for that. You also have to make sure you have enough light for that. And we're going to talk about that next year. Just sowed some cold tolerant seeds for my backups. Let me tell y'all, about me and YouTube in the comments. They go so much and I can't see it and I don't know how to bring it up. And I know it's away. I'm going to find it though. Live chat. All are visible. Okay, here we go. I have to do, okay. Just so cold tolerant for my backup springs, too early for summer vegetable. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to tell y'all this, and then I know I said I was about to go. Another thing when you start seeds, okay, this is important. Me personally, I always plant about 25% more than what I think I will need. So I probably have about a good 25 of these, a good 25 of these in the grow room. But let me just tell you why to plant more. Because a lot of plants, after you've hardened, like you've done everything the right way, but a lot of plants, after you've hardened them off and then you put them outside, a lot of them just not feeling it and they will die on you. I'm just going to be 100% real. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. They will die on you and it's nothing that you did. I feel like the plants talk to me and say, no, sister, no, I'm not growing. So you better find somebody else in this place. But then you look at the plant next to it, it's thriving. So when that happens, sometimes they don't want to grow. So always plant a little bit more. Yes, I'm telling you, I had 2 Johnny jump ups that I planted them side by side. I did the exact same thing. And one was like, oh, you thought I was going to grow? Is that what you were thinking? You thought I was about to get ready to bloom. Watch this. And it just died on me. But I had some backups. And so when that happens, you just pop those backups in there. But when you do start seeds, keep that in mind. Plant about 25% more than what you think you'll need for those ones that just don't want to act right. Because you are going to have some plants that they do not want to act right. You can't give them no act right. They're not acting right. And so that's another thing with garden planting. But yeah, we'll talk all about that as well. So I'm going to continue to post on the social medias, but if I don't talk to y'all before the new year, I want each and every one of you to have a happy new year. And thank you so much for just supporting me and following along with me through this journey. I just want us all to grow. I'm telling you. So have a happy new year and definitely be safe out there. We don't have anything planned because it's the end of the quarter for me. I've shared with y'all, I'm an accountant, and the end of the months are major for us, and then the end of the quarter is major for us too. So I know I will probably be working late tomorrow, but I will be right here. And so yeah, y'all have a safe and happy new year, and just thank you again. YouTube, again, I'm going to put the link in the description once it's done loading and rendering. And then my Instagram friends, I go to the link in my bio. You're an account. So you understand the end of the month, the end of the quarter. It gets a little hectic sometimes, but yeah. And King Tax Services, I know you are about to be super, super, super busy, super busy. So good luck. Good luck. I'll tell people I am an accountant. I don't do taxes. I don't even do my own taxes. I am just an accountant in the government for the government. So that's where we account for. We account for different budgets and stuff like that to make sure we're on track. I used to do taxes a long time ago. And I say a long time, not a long time ago, but my family and friends, for some odd reason, and I don't know if King Tax Services can relate, but when they were going to someone else, they were on their timeline. And when I started doing taxes for a lot of people that I knew, I was getting phone calls asking me when I was going to be done, had I had a chance to look at it. And y'all know I'm a stickler for time. Like if I tell somebody, give me about a week, then I'm serious. Give me about a week. Like I don't waste people time, and I don't want people to waste my time. And I have a schedule. But I was getting calls 24 hours later, like, did you get a chance to look at it? And so I think what made me transition to stop doing people taxes is once my mom retired, because I was doing her taxes. Once she retired and a couple like of my uncles and things like that retired. I just told all of my family, all of my friends, I don't do taxes anymore because it was just too stressful. They were stressing me out. They were stressing me out after 24 hours. And I'm like, you don't even know if you're going to get a refund, so just stop it. Stop it right now. I probably need to edit this part out, but so I know that y'all accountants that are in here and King Tax Service, I know y'all can relate to what I'm saying. So yeah, I even get somebody to do my taxes now, and it's so great. It's good to know how to do it. I'll tell anybody it's good to know how to do it, but it's also good when somebody else can kind of do it for you, because I am one of those ones that, for myself, I don't do it on for others, but for myself, I do wait a little while to get mine done, and get all my papers together. So again, y'all, thank y'all. Y'all have a safe and happy new year, and we will talk again um, in 2021. Yeah, we'll talk again in 2021. So y'all be safe, and then we'll talk again soon. And remember, if you have any questions, you have anything you want to talk about, DM me or email me, and we'll talk about it, and we'll get that scheduled. So y'all have a good day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye, y'all.